Okay, guys, this is the problem. The problem is asking us how many plugs we need to cover this particular wall space. It's asking us to utilize wall spaces 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to make a change here to show you that. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here's another look at that. It's asking us to locate 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's not the one I'm looking for. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, guys. Here is all of those measurements. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so the first thing I did, guys, was I took all my feet, and I added all my feet up, and I got 54 feet. The second thing I did was I added up all of my inches, and I got 35 inches. Now, 35 inches is way more than 11 inches. The minimum amount of inches, or let me say the maximum amount of inches we can have in this place right here is 11. Anything 12 inches and over must be carried over to this side over here. So since I know 35 inches is more than 12 inches, I got to convert this to feet. So how do I do that? I convert this to feet by dividing 35 by 12 inches, because there's 12 inches in a foot. So I want to know how many feet is in 35. And so 12 divided into 35 gives me 2, 24 leaving 11. So now this number is converted to 2 foot 11 inches. And so now that this number is converted to 2 foot 11 inches, now I can add this number, 2 foot 11 inches, to 54 feet. And that gets me 56 feet 11 inches. Okay, so we're going to close that out. And we're going to go to our next one. I think this is our next one. Next board is showing where I brought the 56 foot 11 inches over, or to the next board, I should say. And so now I know, based on the drawing, let me go back to the drawing. Based on the drawing, I know I'm going to need 2 plugs right off the bat that are 6 inches from any opening. So let me take you back to that real quick. Let me show you the drawing. Again, if you look at this drawing, I got to have 6 inches from this door, and I got to have 6 inches from this opening right here. I got to have that. So I know I got to have 6 feet here. I'm sorry, I kept saying inches. Saying 6 foot here. Okay, so let's go back to what we had. I think it's this one. So if I know I got to have 6 foot from one door and 6 foot from one open, that's a total of 12 feet. So I take 12 feet and subtract from 56 feet, and I get 44 feet and 11 inches. Now, in order to do the calculation that I need to do, I need to convert this 44 feet into inches. And I convert this 44 feet into inches by taking 44 feet and multiply it times 12 inches. That gives me 528 inches. Now that I have everything in inches, I can add. So now this 44 foot is 528 inches. So now I can take this 528 inches and add the 11 inches, and that gets me 539 inches. Okay, we're going to the next board. I think it's this one. Now that I have 539 inches, I can now do my last division, which is dividing 539 inches by 144 inches. Now, someone may be saying, where did you get 144 inches? I know that if I have multiple plugs inside of a room, and I have in any point along the linear floor of that room, I have to be within 6 foot of a plug. That means that there's going to be 12 feet in between every single plug in any given room. So since I know that, I'm going to take 12 feet and multiply it times 12 inches, and that gives me inches. In other words, I couldn't take 539 inches divided by feet. It wouldn't work. So I had to convert the 12 feet that's in between the plugs times 12 inches, which gives me 144 inches. Once I divide it, I get 3.74. Now, one of the things I think I talked about in one of the other movies is that, I was talking about rounding up or not to round up. We never round up. So I know, when I divide 539 inches by 144 inches, I'm going to get 3 plugs. So the 3 plugs plus the 2 plugs I found earlier is going to give me 5 plugs. Now let me take you back to there where we found 2 plugs. Hold on. I think it was here. We know we had 2 plugs right here, 2 plugs. So I take those same 2 plugs, I bring them over to here, and I add them to these 3 plugs. That gives me 5 plugs, and that is my answer. All right, class. That's it. I'm signing off.